Welcome to the next episode of Up From Downunder. In this episode we're travelling from Ballarat over to Perth. First day from Ballarat to Adelaide, then up to Port Augusta. The third day was massive. We went from Port Augusta just across the South Australia and West Australia border to a place called Eucla. The next day was also quite an epic day. We ended up in Norseman, slept under the stars because there was no accommodation. And then on the final day we trekked up to Kalgoorlie and then across to Perth. All in all, epic but grueling journey.
Good morning everyone. It's Saturday morning, 14th of March, and I'm in Ballarat. Last night I stayed with some friends here that I haven't seen for a long time, who kindly gave me somewhere to sleep and food to eat. Some great fellowship, which is fantastic. And so thanks Lance and Lindley, you guys are awesome. It's great to spend some time with you. Today I'm heading over towards Adelaide. I'll take some back roads. Actually I'll go south a little bit, try and keep off the main roads, and aiming for a place called Harndorf. For those of you who know the area, you'll know where that is. So let's go. It is a nice morning this morning. It's a bit fresh, but I don't mind that at all. I'm not sure what the forecast is, but my method of reading the forecast lately is having a look up. The sky looks blue, then it's going to be all good. If the sky's not blue, it's probably going to rain. Which is a little bit uncomfortable, but that's all it is. So we've got a few hours to ride this morning. The destination is something like 7.5 hours from here, which is a reasonable distance. So let's see how we get on. I was reminded last night looking at the footage how dirty my visor is, and I still haven't cleaned it, so that has to be today's mission when I get to my destination. I fitted some heated grips on this bike before I left New Zealand, thanks to Brown Brothers Bikes. I've just got them on this morning just to give them a whirl, but they're so good. It's not cold this morning, but boy, they work really well. Pretty wrapped with that. They work well. Thanks Seaton and Carl, you guys are awesome. So we're at a place called Murray Bridge. We've come from Ballarat today, quite a long way. We might just get some gas first while we're here, then perhaps have a look at some accommodation options. liner out of my jacket. Oh, so good. Ended up quite hot this afternoon. It's just on 3:45. It's about an hour and a half, hour and 20 to where I'm booked in. So, nice easy finish for the day. We'll do a little bit of a recap of kilometres travelled, but I left it just before 9 this morning and it's now 3:45. Riding for about 6 hours. And a lot of the way has been on 110k road, so I'll be surprised if we haven't done a fair old distance. Now, this is a very impressive bridge. Alongside another very impressive bridge, which is the rail bridge. So this is a place called Murray Bridge, and wouldn't you know it, we're going over the Murray River. Lots of people have taken the opportunity to sail or paddle steam up the Murray River. It's quite a popular pastime. Nice little place too. Murray Lands. Yeah, so I haven't done a lot of videoing today. I've basically blasted across some pretty, I wouldn't say boring, I've enjoyed it, but there's not probably a whole lot to tell you or show you. As I said, we started in Ballarat this morning, just before 9, 8:45 or something, so we got away and it was nice and cool for probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It started to heat up a little bit. One thing I noticed was miles and miles and miles of grain that's been harvested, obviously wheat, barley perhaps, and then big silos with where they're storing it all clearly, and look like what looks like makeshift silos as well. So they're like just big heaps covered over with tarpaulins, covers, and yeah, there's so much grain. It was quite interesting. I did come past an old place that had more old trucks or pickups than I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't have the camera on, so sorry I didn't catch that. And you're probably thinking, what on earth are you telling us for? Go back, film it. Sorry, I'm not going to go back. Anyway, it's onwards to Adelaide. Amazing vistas, come over a crest on a hill, and plains just spread out before you. Quite neat. That and the cloud formations get me every time. So just entering Nairn. Nice leafy little suburb. Adelaide. You look beautiful. What an entrance. So it's the road where the motorcyclists come. Unfortunately one come unstuck back further. Unfortunately too many people ride beyond their limit capability. Goes wrong very quick. How about that? Morning, so we're just about to leave Adelaide and head towards Port Augusta for the day. It's only about a 3.5 hour ride up there, but I need to finish editing the next video, so I'm going to get stuck into that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll need to go and find some breakfast somewhere and then carry on up. Okay, Google has kindly found a nice detour to a coffee shop, so we're going to go and do that first, have some breakfast. Beautiful day here in Adelaide, and it's a nice blue sky, a few clouds around, but that's all good. Hardly any wind to speak of, so it should be a good day. And I'm told from my sources that at the moment, going across the Nullarbor, I'll have a tailwind, which will help. That's not today though, that's another day. In the meantime, let's have some breakfast. It's a beautiful area, this. I said it yesterday when I came in, but it's just lovely shading from the trees. Feels a bit greener than some of the other places I've been already, and I guess that's something to do with its southern location. This looks promising. Just better give way and make sure nothing's going to take me out before I even get going today. Okay, let's go and see what they got. Okay, we're fed and watered. This great little cafe. Sitting outside underneath the veranda. Very nice. It's 308 k's to destination, so if we get going now we should get in at 2 o'clock, which will be very nice. Bought myself some new trousers that could handle a bit of rain as well, because I was a little bit frustrated having to stop, get off, take all the gear that's necessary off to get my rain gear on. Yeah, so anyway, I bought some new pants in Ballarat actually, and Lance, who I stayed with up there, he has connections with the shop, and so he was able to hook me up with a great deal. Anyway, what I was going to show you was that they're quite good. They've got, I don't know if you can see that, they've got these little bits that you can unzip and let the air in, which on a day like today is really good, because it's hot, and that just kind of makes things a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, I'll show you where we're going rather than looking at my mug all day. I'm north of Adelaide. Not sure exactly where I am, but I'm driving through this very barren looking land, and there's lots of these big sheds, with banks of sheds with silos on them. You know, banks, I'm talking about 12, 14 of these sheds, and they each have silos for the sheds. I'm assuming they're either pigs or chickens that they're raising there. Sure. But let me just say, they are massive. Once again, we're in arable country, so people obviously plant crops here year round. Hence all the places that grow animals from grain and so on. But there's just miles and miles of flat or just gently rolling hills, all been recently harvested. Alan Taylor, if you're watching this, Alan, just imagine if you have a few of these paddocks. You didn't have to stop and start all the time with fences and gateways. I'm guessing they have huge machinery as well. Anyway, it's really interesting. There's just, I don't know if you can see out to my right, there's just piles of it right up to the edge of those hills. And out to my right, you'll notice that there's a lake, very white perimeter, which I imagine is salt. Might have to check that out. Couldn't stop here too long. The jolly flies are a pain. I've often watched the footage of people in Australia, and they have flies hanging around them and they don't seem to bother them or worry them. Boy, I think they would worry me, or they do worry me. Oh, that is much nicer. The wind can blow through my jacket onto my skin. Ah, so good. 132 k's to Port Augusta. Well, that hasn't got any cooler. Woo, he's warm. I don't know what the temperature is. There's a tower over there that looks like it's got lights on. I thought it was a reflection for a start, but it's stayed there for ages. So the other thing I noticed is that these mills are all in lines. Pretty cool, hey? Yeah, that's a very big solar farm out to our left. Morning everyone. I'm
I'm in a place called Port Augusta, which is about 3 hours ride north of Adelaide. Today I'm going to start riding across towards Western Australia, and it's reasonably early. I waited till the sun got up a little bit, so I'm not dealing with kangaroos. But it's not a bright day. It's been raining in the night, so I'll see how it goes. So we're all fueled up. Oiled the chain. We're going to head off towards the west. Not sure how far we'll make it today. I'd really like to make a decent bite out of the journey ahead. Righto, let's go. It's a little bit wet. It is all good. Seduna is where we're heading. It's 464 k's. Depending on how I feel when I get there, we might push on. Anyway, I have a feeling there won't be a lot to report. There'll be long straight roads. Catch up with you a bit later. Not sure if you can see over here, but there's a big mining operation going on. A place called Iron Knob, Whyalla. I'm not sure whether it's gold or whether it's other kind of minerals or maybe a bit of everything. Anyway, he's a bit wet. Might have to put the camera gear away, so stay tuned. My goodness, it's oversized alright. So it's finally dried up. We've been on the road for about 10 hours. We're just approaching Western Australia, but out to our left is the ocean, and it's beautiful. So we're about 200 k's into the Nullarbor. Nullarbor is living up to its reputation. Big, long, straight roads. Not much to see except for changing fauna. Okay, so we're coming up to a quarantine checkpoint.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Good day. You don't have any food and veg on board?
I don't.
Thank you very much. You're good.
Good to go.
You are.
Thank you.
You have safe travels.
Yes. No drama at the border control. On to Eucla, which is our destination tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to find some accommodation and something to eat. Hope we're real good. Morning everyone. It's what is it today? I think it's Tuesday. I don't really know. But I'm just about to head off from a wee place in just across the border on the Western Australia side, a place called Eucla. Stayed at this motel overnight. You don't have too many options. It was not cheap, but that's all good. I'm choosing to remain positive. I'm going to head further west today, see if I can get to Norseman. The accommodation options are fairly limited everywhere out here, so I'll do that. If necessary, I might have to go to Kalgoorlie, which is 900 k's from here, which is not really what I want to be doing, but let's see how we get on. It's kind of overcast this morning, but not raining like it was yesterday. It rained most of the way from Port Augusta to here. Probably 9 hours worth of rain, which was all right, just to cover some ground. You know, it wasn't obviously pleasant, but it was good to just blast through some of the Nullarbor and some of the bits that there wasn't a heck of a lot to see, unless I missed it, of course, which I probably did. Anyway, let's see how we get going. And see if we can find something interesting. Coming across the border between South Australia and West Australia, there's another timeline change. So it's very light here in the morning, where it wasn't in Port Augusta yesterday. Port Augusta, I think, what was it, 7 o'clock it was still dark. It didn't really get light until 7:30, whereas I woke up here at 5:30 and it was bright and breezy. Some bloke got going on his Harley at about 5:30, and I'm thinking, oh mate, I'm a bit lazy. Anyway, it's now 7:20. I'm on the road. Norseman, 712 k's. Let's go. So Ray, here's another song for you. Blue skies shining at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Yeah, that's enough of that. As Simon, my son, would say, who sung that song? Yeah, well, you left to know. All good. Now, this is quite interesting. I saw one of these yesterday, but I didn't have it on my camera. So this is the Royal Flying Doctor Service emergency airstrip. Haven't ridden on an airstrip before, so this is the second one in 2 days. The last one that I came across in South Australia, they had widened the berms a wee bit as well. This one's just a standard road. So there you go. We're left, take off. Let's go. I'm amused. Some signs back there saying cheap fuel, and the price is $2.45 for 91. So this is Mundrabilla. I need to get some gas, so I have to pay
whatever the asking price is, which is all good. But $2.45 is not cheap fuel. Come on, guys. I just did a little modification to the visor because the thing was giving me some vibration, or has been the whole way, and I don't think it's necessarily the fault of the visor. It might just be where the wind comes over the top of my screen and hits it at an angle that causes it to vibrate. Anyway, I've decided just to try taking it off and see if it makes some difference. Got some fuel, Mundarabilla, and probably the next stop will be Cocklebiddy. I don't know how you Aussie guys put up with those jolly flies. They just hang around you, fly in your ear, up your nose, wherever they can get. Anyway, there's only one thing for that, that's keep on moving. Okay, we just stopped to get our rain gear on. I don't know if it's going to come to much, but might as well stay dry. Bit of excitement. Found a hill. It's called the Madura Pass. It's huge. Sorry, it's not huge, but it's the biggest hill we've seen for the last 24 hours, I guess. And then I guess that gives us an opportunity to see out over the plain. Now look at that. We've just started on the 90-mile straight. Oh boy, my next fuel stop's 179 kilometres away. So I'm guessing like about 100, what's that? 140 k's of that would be the straight. Mate, I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Oh boy. Okay, not sure if you can see that, but we are getting close to the end of our 90-mile straight. Probably about another, what's that, quarter of the way to go. I see a corner coming, which must mean that we are now at the end of the 90-mile straight.
Morning everyone. It's Wednesday morning. I think it's about 18. The sun's just getting up. 6:15 a.m. I'm in a place called Nullarbor, well, just outside of it. I got there last night and, well, couldn't book anything yesterday. Nothing's available. Nothing was available a couple of hours away at Kalgoorlie or
further south at a place called Esperance. So I did what any bloke do. I thought he wore a sleeping bag and mat from the supermarket. We were kept down here. So anyway, we're all packed up. We'll head back into Nullarbor to get some gas, coffee and something to eat. Okay, we've had some breakfast, cup of coffee, got some gas. We're going to head for Kalgoorlie, go and check out a mine. Well, what we're looking at there is not a natural mountain, but a mountain of tailings that come out of the mine. I had a good chat with a local just before. He's telling me a little bit about the place. I hope I'm quoting him correctly, but he said something like 140 kilometres of tunnels underneath the town of Kalgoorlie, which I think is fascinating. Apparently this is a lookout spot, see into the mine itself. The super pit, they call it. My goodness me. Wow. So, we're at the Kalgoorlie super pit, and super is not an understatement. I'm going to show you it now, what we can see anyway from this vantage point. See the extended it back this way. See a lot of holes being drilled, which I imagine is for blasting. Or it could be geological testing. Yeah. It is massive. That is absolutely stunning. You can drive past and obviously see the hill of all the tailings, but you have no real appreciation of what's going on behind there unless you have a look. Incredible. Anyway, we're going to head for Perth. The bike is booked in for crating tomorrow, so when I get up in the morning I've got to go somewhere and find a place to wash the bike thoroughly. I've got to try and get to Perth with not too much gas in the tank. I don't want to have a full tank, otherwise I've got to tip it out. Got to drain the fuel and the oil before it goes in the crate. Now, hopefully anyway, see a water pipe following the road on our left. I was talking to a chap in Kalgoorlie, and he was telling me a little bit of the history of the place, and saying that, I haven't checked this is true, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently the guy that made that happen, it's a 600 kilometre pipeline. Water for Kalgoorlie comes from Perth, and they turned it on, and after a day it didn't come, and the guy was so distraught that he took his life. but word has it that the water turned up the following day. Very tragic. I've missed most of the grain silo art because it's been raining. I have the camera on. Here's an example to our right. Last 100 k's or so have been torturous. Coming into Perth, the sun's been low and bright, and it still is. Morning folks, I arrived in Perth last night late, and I didn't finish off my last video, so sorry about that. It was a long day. I did another 850 k's to get here, which is all good because I'm just about now to wash the bike, give it a much needed clean up, and then I'm going to head to where it's going to be crated and sent up to Malaysia. So yeah, that's today's mission. Job's done. It's just like new. Ready to go in the box. Head to Malaysia. I made it to the shipping depot. I've got a little workshop to work in to get the bike ready to go. My crate hasn't turned up yet, so I'm just waiting for that, but I'll get the oil out, fuel off, get the screen down, and get everything else ready to go into the crate. I'm good to go. Thanks again to Go Logistics. You guys are awesome. Making this all possible has really just helped me so much, so thanks for that. I do appreciate it. Well, that's all done. So it's about 36 degrees here in Perth today, which is crazy hot. Anyway, bike's all in the cage. Just going to put some shrink wrap around it and it's good to go. Malaysia, here we come. So for the next few days, I was hosted by a lovely couple, Fran and Arnold, down at Mandurah, south of Perth, who I really appreciated, giving me a place of sanctuary for a few days, introducing me to their friends, etc. Thanks guys, it really helps me along the way.